We have the honor of featuring yet another winner, but this time for the Carnival Slogan Competition. So we are honored to welcome Zewani Morton, who has penned the Sugar Mass 51 slogan, which reads, "Celebrate as one for Sugar Mass 51." Oh, it has a nice ring to it.
Exactly.
Zewani, welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome.
All right, so we're going to talk all about, celebrate as one for Sugar Mass 51, but we were actually having a discussion with you off here just to figure out, the lay of the land here, who Zewani is. And obviously, this is not your first slogan competition, so you were motivated from past success. Is that not right, Zewani? You were motivated from past success.
I lost you there for a minute.
Okay, so I'll go over it again. I was saying this is not your first slogan competition. This is not the first slogan competition that you've entered. So having won previously, was that the motivating factor for you to enter this time around?
Not necessarily. I was browsing Facebook on the 25th, which was the deadline for the Sugar Mass slogan, and I saw it, and I was home. Since I teach, I was on vacation, I wasn't doing anything. So I said, let me try. So I got my book and I started jotting down different ones and different thoughts.
I wonder, because now that you say that, because I think we always tend to think that when we have slogan winners, we're looking at one slogan that's the only draft that they've ever actually written. Now that you've said that you've had different ones, are you willing to share, if you can remember off the top of your head, maybe one or two of those drafts with us?
I had one that I can remember. I had the dawn of a new era, Sugar Mass 51. The others I can't remember, but the one that was selected, that was actually the second to last one I wrote. There was around 4 more before that.
So you refined it. Potentially, you refined it.
I know. So, Zewani, at what hour did you send in your winning slogan? Because I want to know.
It was in the day. It wasn't in the night.
Okay.
A little before 12.
Okay. Okay.
But it was the day of the deadline.
And I see.
Cortez is trying to establish, Zewani, that you are a procrastinator. That's what she's trying to establish.
I'm just, Jamie, you are?
Yes, I'm going to do my work last minute. I'm going to be planning. And say I'm going to do it early. I normally end up doing it late, like the day off.
So you are a professional procrastinator like my co-host.
Welcome to the club.
Yes, it works.
Okay. It does work in certain areas of life. So what was your initial thoughts, Zewani, when you won? When you heard you won, how did you feel?
I felt good.
Okay.
I was surprised.
Why being surprised, though? Since you won a Carnival Slogan Competition, as you said, was it Culturama 41? Why were you surprised that you captured another?
Because it's not like I sat down for a good while thinking about it. I just sat down for like not even an hour, and I just drafted it and said, let me try.
Okay, good stuff.
All right, so let's get to the actual slogan now. Celebrate as one for Sugar Mass 51. And I know that it rhymes, and I guess that might have been one of your personal requirements, but let's talk to the celebrating as one. That oneness, how important was it for you to bring that out?
Okay. Actually, when I submitted the slogan, I capitalized the one. So when I submitted it, I had it capitalized. I think I bolded it as well. I just felt the atmosphere we were in, the one was it for me.
All right, so, okay, you've got to help me out here. That atmosphere, let's delve a little closer, a little deeper into your mind. What do you mean by atmosphere?
I felt for the last couple of years that we have drifted apart in SKN as being together. I felt before we were people who were together. We loved one another. We looked out for each other. But the last couple of years, we were a lot divided. So that is why when I wrote that, I capitalized the one.
Do you think COVID had anything to do with that? I mean, people were separated, people had to be for safety reasons. Do you think that played a part?
For me, I didn't look at it as a COVID thing. I looked at it as more of a political thing. I think for COVID, we started to at least try to look out for each other because it was a very difficult time as well.
Nice.
Well, I love the fact that you captured the political divisiveness in this theme and that it's subtle and that you've sought to bring us back to that place of unity, of oneness. Great thinking, Zewani.
Man, I got goosebumps with that, Zewani, because that is so good. Because we need to regroup and, as you said, celebrate as one for Sugar Mass 51. So can we assume that you're a creative? And how do you see your design captured in carnival costumes, floats, etc.?
With the floats, actually, I'm just looking for us to like come together. Find in SKN, we are normally a party people. I was like for us to be together during Carnival, put away all of the political vibes, and just party together as one and enjoy ourselves as one. To look out for each other.
I remember talking to you a little earlier, Zewani. Our viewers didn't have the benefit of that conversation. And I asked you whether you were an experienced writer. That's when you indicated, of course, that you won a previous slogan competition. But I asked you more specifically about your background, and you said something really interesting. You told me what you do. So why don't you let our viewers know exactly what you do?
I'm a history teacher.
Do you think that accounts
for
for
history teacher?
I love that. A proud history teacher who is shaping the way for us by way of this theme to celebrate that oneness that you think that we are lacking as a people. So do you think that that lent itself into your writing this theme the way that you did it?
Yes, because Culturama and Carnival is a time where we should remember what our ancestors did for us. And you learn in your history will tell you the fights that your ancestors had to put up in order for you to now be able to celebrate without having to ask for permission. So I would say yes.
Oh, man. You taught it all. You wrote it at the last hour, but you taught it all. Break, our conversations continue, Zewani, and you told us you're not a carnival reveler. However, we want to know, what is it you look forward most for at carnival time?
The Grand Parade.
Okay. Why though?
The costumes are awesome. And since I'm not a really good dancer, I love to see persons who can dance dancing.
Welcome to the club.
With practice, as we said, Zewani. With practice, Zewani, we can all get better, right?
It's all right.
Zewani, I agree with you, because what Hortensia fails to miss is that there are just some people who are not comfortable putting out there what we know our shortcomings are. So we'll watch everybody else.
With the age of social media, it will be all over. No, thank you.
Tell me about it. You're absolutely right. Hortensia's been trying, you know? It's not going to work at all. Okay, so you obviously, now that you were the slogan competition winner for Sugar Mass 51, any chance at all that you are going to be participating in those activities that you would not typically participate in? Would you come down to say, look at any other thing, Calypso show, anything like that? Are you curious at all?
The Miss Carnival, that's what it's called, the Queen show?
Yes, Miss Inkits.
Miss Inkits and
Miss
Nevis.
Inkits and Nevis. I've seen like clips before. It looks like it does be a highly contested show.
It is.
Yes.
That would be the show that I would love to see.
What do you find fascinating about that? Since we're all in the carnival sphere right now.
I'm a very shy person. Although I teach, I'm a very shy person. So for persons who can go up on that stage for an SKN crowd, I find that to be amazing. And the different talents that does come out. Yes, I look forward to seeing that.
I'm going to agree with you on the talent part of it, because I think that's really where we get to see bits of our culture showcased. You know what I mean? The interview segment, obviously, you're going to have to speak. But when it comes to the costumes and the design, you were creative yourself, because you obviously put the slogan together, so you can appreciate the level of creativity that it takes to produce the show, never mind what it takes to go into that segment of showcasing talent. Oh,
So I want to
Yes,
know, since,
confidence.
go ahead, Zewani, go ahead.
The confidence to actually enter the show is a very big deal for me.
you've got confidence too. I mean,
Yeah.
you wrote a slogan.
You wrote 2 slogans
That's behind
that were both winners.
that's behind the scenes. You just write a slogan, people talk to you for 5 minutes, and then you're out of there.
You're out of there. Well, be
Yes.
prepared this
And
year
this,
that when they call you up to present your prize, that you will be in the spotlight. So you just prepare yourself for that, okay? So just don't procrastinate on that preparation.
I got my little prize already. It was not a lot of persons there, so
Okay.
that was good for me. No
Look
lot of
at you.
media.
You are so shy.
You got away. You got away.
I would not expect that because you've put a theme together that the whole world is going to hear. And they're going to be seeing it displayed. There it is again. Celebrators 1 for Sugar Mass 51. And the shy person behind that theme, it almost belies who you are, Zewani. It's like, you know, your personality and then you're out there in public. This is so interesting to me. What did your friends say when they figured out that you were the winner? Those who know you as being shy.
Actually, my friends will tell you I'm not shy. I'm just shy of cameras and being the center of attention.
Okay.
They will say I'm very outspoken. Anybody who knows me know I'm very outspoken. But when it comes to cameras and being the center of attention, that is not for me.
Okay.
You're camera shy. Okay, I got it. No need.
I had to think long and hard before I decided to do this interview.
No need.
Well, I am glad you thought long and hard because guess what? You're here and we were excited to have you. And you see how easy it turned out to be? Imagine that.
Yes, it's not too bad. Thank the Lord.
I've got to ask. I know, right? I have to ask now. So, having won these slogan competitions so far, what advice do you have, you know, for persons who are interested in participating in the slogan competitions? And has anybody come up to you and asked you for advice so far?
No, entering the slogan competition is very easy to enter. I just think you should just sit down, you pen your thoughts. If you win, you win. If you don't win, you try again.
I love that.
And that's a great slogan, you know.
Yeah. Pen your thoughts. If you don't win, you try again.
If you win, you win. If you don't, you try again.
You don't lose anything. You didn't pay, you're not losing anything.
A little pride, maybe, if you thought
sometimes
you were going to win.
We want to try and we doubt ourselves.
Yeah, there's no doubting.
I think that's a great example for your students, though. Which whom you should tell that you won this competition, by the way. Are you going to tell them? When you go back to school?
They probably would have seen, since it's in the media.
Ooh.
Okay.
Center of attention.
I think you should tell them, though. Just me, just saying.
The students that we have now, they're all about social media.
Okay,
so they would have seen.
Okay.
They would know.
Okay. So, Zewani, what's next for you?
Like what? Continue doing what I'm doing. Just continue teaching, enjoying life.